If you guys have watched my videos for a while, you'll know that I was not originally a believer in using headlamps. I tried them the first time during a power outage in my house, and I was like, wow, what a difference. So if you are serious about some nice lighting for yourself while trying to survive in a dangerous situation, headlamps are the way to go. Well, today, I got you a deal on 2 of them. This is an amazingly budget-friendly deal. These are the Solaris rechargeable motion sensor headlamps. Let's check them out. All right, folks, welcome back. So today I've got these 2 headlamps here. This comes as a package deal. They each come in their own little box, okay, in this, and they are under $20. Well, they're $19.99. So yeah, they're going to be over 20 bucks, but still, that's an amazingly good deal. Now, I've been testing these out for about 2 weeks now, and using them in here exclusively. I have my beautiful Perron up there, and I haven't been using it. I've just been using these, and I really like them. I got to say, you know, for lightweight, kind of easy portability, these things are awesome. They fold up into practically nothing if you're going to stick them in your pocket. All right, you can just kind of fold them up like that. They are adjustable. You can adjust them at any distance you want, at any angle you want. And they have that neat feature that isn't easily triggered. Now, some of the other headlamps that I tried with that motion sensor on the side, that's easily triggered. I mean, I noticed even when I was working down low and I accidentally came up with my hand, I'd hit it and it would go off. These are a direct motion sensor from the front, and it turns them on or off. That's it. It also has a separate button so that if you want to use the motion sensor feature, you can. You don't have to use it. So we have a separate button here. That's your power button, this is your off, and that's your motion sensor. And the power button will also switch through the modes for you. Now, these do have a built-in rechargeable polymer lithium battery. This can be fully charged via USB, allow you continually using it on high for 4 hours, and on medium, or the wide mode, for 10 hours. Honestly, the wide mode is probably more what you'd be using. The high mode is a very nice little focus beam, and we'll show you that in a minute on the other side of the room here. But the wide mode is a little bit more conducive for just everyday use. Say if you're hiking, if you're doing some search and rescue type stuff, this is really a good deal. They're very, very lightweight, very easy to put on your head. They have 4 modes, okay, and the motion sensor. So the 4 modes are the strong beam, which is the center beam here, and that's the very focused one. The wide beam, which are the 2 cob LEDs on the side. You have a steady red beam, which is great for night vision. If you got to read a map or something at night, but you don't want to turn on a white light and then turn it off and really kill your night vision, red is awesome. It's also a little bit less noticeable in the woods. And a flashing red beam for any kind of search and rescue if you want to be found. A lot of people tend to think, you know, survival is all going to be about hiding out in the woods and hiding from the big bad government agents or whatever. Sometimes it's about being rescued and hoping somebody sees you. So it's not a bad idea to have something like that. They're very, very simple to operate. I'm going to show you this really quick here. You're going to just turn them on like that. Okay, and you get your battery power on top with the LEDs. That's your wide beam, your focus beam, okay? Your next level is going to be the wide beam. That's more, I would say, what I would use. Now, I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, these are not 1200 lumens. But they are extremely bright. I would guess more like 400 or 500 lumens. You have your steady red beam, okay? You have your flashing red beam. And then you have this thing again. Now, if you want to put on the motion sensor, you'll just turn on the N button there. See how it's lit up now? And that will allow you to turn it on or off with your hand. No, that's not a camera trick. I'm just turning it on or off with my hand. Because it's in front, I find it to be a little less hard than on the side. If I'm walking, it takes a deliberate action for me to go up front and go, okay, turn it off. All right, turn it back on again. So I like that. And you can also turn it off so that it won't do it. When you want to turn the light off, you just hit the center button like that. Really, really simple and easy to use. I do like I have not put this one on my head. I've tested it, of course, but I haven't put it on my head. This is the one I put on my head. Very simple to adjust, easy to operate, really, really lightweight and comfortable. 1.8 ounces, all right? And the lighting angle can be adjusted to full 90 degrees. So this can meet a bunch of different nighttime needs, and you don't get that neck fatigue. Some of the other headlamps I've tried, they're kind of heavy. You know, after a while, your head starts kind of pushing down there. It does have a very comfortable elastic headband. And like I said, this can easily be adjustable from adults to children. Your USB charging port is down here. Okay. It is a standard USB port. It's not a USB-C. It does charge up fairly quickly, so that's not really a problem. I do like the adjustability of it, though. That's nice to be able to point straight down if you're walking and you want to see in front of you, or adjust it up a little bit, or even just put it straight forward. Either way, very, very handy and very easy to use. The deal on them is really great. I mean, let's face it, if you're just getting started and you're starting with, say, your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, and you need 2 of everything, that's a good deal. It's $10 each, $20 total for both of them. So these are IPX4 rated waterproof and dustproof. Again, you don't want to dunk them in water, but if you're out in the rain, they're not going to be a big problem. They're really awesome, I would say, for any kind of emergency preparedness type use. I like the fact that with a headlamp, both hands are free. You can do whatever you want with your hands, and you're not holding that flashlight all the time, you know? That's one of the things I like about it. And I told the story, I did not believe in the use of headlamps. I thought they were bulky, obnoxious, and kind of dorky looking. And yeah, I admit it, I thought they were dorky looking, so I didn't use them. I had one, because everybody recommended, you got to get a headlamp, you got to get a headlamp. I watched all these bushcraft videos and everything. So I bought one, and it was just a cheapie from Walmart, you know, one of the Bushnell cheap ones. And the power went out one day in my house here, and I popped this thing on my head, and I was walking around, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. My hands are free. I can see everything, and everywhere I looked, there was light. It wasn't like I turned this way and had to move my hand this way with the flashlight. Everywhere I looked was light. So we're going to take these over to the other side, and I'm going to walk you through the modes on them. We're going to try them out and see what they look like in total darkness. All right, so I got it on my head. We're going to turn on the high mode first. And you see how that's a very focused beam. It's not very wide, but it's a very focused beam. And no, these aren't going to be, 5,000 lumen headlamps. They say they're 1,200. I don't believe they're 1,200. They're pretty close. They're, I'd maybe say 500 or 600. But that's half the advertised amount there. So you can see I'm moving it around on my head. We're going to put the next mode on now. And that's the wide mode. This is the mode I would probably use around my house during an emergency. My camera doesn't really do it justice. If I would just turn it off, you'd see. Big difference, okay? So you can see that there's definitely a difference in it. And this is the mode I would probably use just everyday, day-to-day usage. I can look around here and I can see everything. I don't need that focus spotlight. Maybe if I'm hiking in the woods, I want that focus spotlight, but not for what I'm doing here, just walking around. And, maybe if power failure's, going on and I want to turn on some solar backups or whatever, this is more than enough. Okay, let's try the next mode, which is the red mode. And I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera. It's not. I swear it's red. See my hand? And again, this is really great. What I'm doing here is I'm able to see my screen, right in front of me here. I can see that, and you can see my hand, and you can see things illuminated in front of you, but it won't ruin your night vision. And of course, there's the flashing red. I won't do that for too long, so I don't give people seizures. And there's back to the beam again. Now let's do the mode here where I can put my hand in front of it and turn it off. There we go. Off and on. Very, very easy to do. Very, very handy. I really like that. And again, I like this mode best. I would say for a starter, I got to get a headlamp. I don't know which one to get. All these are so expensive. This is a good option. It's a budget-friendly option. It says 1,200 lumens. Again, I don't really think it's close to that. Even on the high one, I don't think it's... let's go back to the high mode here. Even on that, I don't think that's 1,200 lumens. I think you guys can see that. But I'm not faulting it for its performance, because so far it's been really awesome. I even went in the back in my backyard and tried it out for a little bit in the dark, and I got to say it seems to do what it's supposed to do. Even with this spotlight, which is very, very intense. It's a very focused beam. You can see you got a nice big round beam there. That's a pretty darn round focused beam. All right, let's get it back up on the table, and we'll finish up, and I'll tell you where you can pick them up. All right, so you saw how they look. You saw obviously they aren't as bright as 1,200 lumens, but they're plenty bright enough, and for the price, you can't beat that. That's a pretty darn good deal. So all in all, I'm happy with them. They are also very handy for handout type stuff. Your family comes to visit, there's an emergency, you have extras, maybe even barter. At that price, $10 each, that's almost a barter item. And I do like the fact that they are rechargeable. I could stick a solar panel outside and charge these things up. I can plug them into a power station, whatever I need to do, and they'll be ready to go no matter what. So that is very, very cool. Makes me very happy to have something like that I can just use and not worry about, if it gets broken, whatever. It's $10 each, so you really can't beat it. They do both come with rechargeable cables, the standard rechargeable cables. You see they're not USB-C, but all in all, I think they're a pretty good deal. So the link will be down below. They are also in my affiliate store, so you can check out my store if there's anything else in there you want to see. The link will be down below to pick these up. Like I said, they're $19.99, 20 bucks, 10 bucks each. You can't buy them individually. You have to buy them as a set. But really, really lightweight, 1.8 ounces. The dimensions on the light itself, 2.5 by 1.7 by 1.3 inches, so they're not overly heavy. I mean, the whole thing weighs 1.8 ounces. So if you're looking to cut some weight out of your gear, we were talking about get-home bags the other day. I would not hesitate to toss that in a get-home bag. That's perfect. That's the right size and everything, right weight. Super lightweight. Again, if it gets broken during your adventures of coming home, who cares? You just lost one. You still have another one at home, and you didn't lose a ton of money. So like I said, the link will be down below. Don't forget to check out all our other links, our sponsors down below. We have our freeze-dried wholesaler link. That link will give you 15% off your order, your entire order, 15% off. So you really can't beat that deal. That's a link for my subscribers. You click the link, you save 15%. Even if you're just watching this video and you're not a subscriber, and you're interested in getting some freeze-dried food stored up, now's the time to do it. He's doing good on stock. He's running pretty much 24/7 with a skeleton crew, so he's definitely getting the food out there to you. Don't forget our My Patriot Supply link as well. That's preparewithiridium.com, preparewithiridium.com. If you're new to getting prepped and you want to do a quick 3-month deal, you know, you can get $150 off that 3-month kit right there on that site just by ordering off of my site, preparewithiridium.com. We have our Jace medical case down there. If you're interested in getting some prescribed, United States-made antibiotics for yourself, legally prescribed to you after a consultation with you online, you can pick up some antibiotics that might come in handy for some really hard times. They're specifically tailored to that. So check them out as well. And our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. If you're interested in getting some Thrive Life freeze-dried food, there's a link for that as well in my store. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.